The moon hung low over the sleepy town, casting elongated shadows that danced along the empty streets. Alex tightened the straps of his worn backpack, his gaze fixed on the dim outline of the old hospital at the edge of town. He was the cautious one, always assessing risks, but his curiosity often overruled his better judgment. Maya approached with a confident stride, her fiery spirit barely masking the flicker of unease in her eyes. She thrived on thrill, often leading their adventures with a fearless demeanor. Behind her, Sam and Lily trailed, their hushed whispers cutting through the silence. Sam's adventurous nature was contagious, his jokes a veneer for hidden fears, while Lily's empathetic soul made her attuned to emotions unseen by others. Tonight, they were bound by a shared determination to unravel the mysteries shrouding the abandoned hospital, a place where whispers of the past lingered in every shadow. As they ventured across the overgrown field, the grass hissed beneath their feet like a chorus of warnings. The hospital loomed ahead, its once grand facade now a mosaic of shattered windows and creeping ivy. The air grew thick with the scent of decay and something indescribably sinister. "Are we really doing this?" Alex murmured, his eyes darting to the darkened windows that seemed to watch them. "Back out now, and we'll never let you live it down," Sam chuckled, though his laugh lacked conviction. Maya pushed open the heavy doors with a creak that echoed ominously. Inside, the beam of Lily's flashlight sliced through the darkness, revealing peeling wallpaper and abandoned gurneys that cast distorted shadows. The hallway stretched out like a gaping maw, swallowing their footsteps as they moved deeper into the bowels of the building. The silence was oppressive, broken only by the distant drip of water and the scurry of unseen creatures. "This place gives me the creeps," Lily whispered, her grip tightening on the flashlight. "It's just an old building," Maya replied, though her voice wavered. They passed faded posters promoting health and wellness, ironic remnants in a place that now embodied neglect. A sudden draft chilled the air. "Did you feel that?" Alex asked, rubbing his arms. "Probably just a busted window." Sam shrugged, but his eyes scanned the corridor nervously. Turning a corner, they stumbled upon a cluttered office. Papers were strewn across the floor as if abandoned in a hurry. Maya knelt to pick up a worn leather-bound notebook. "Look at this," she said, thumbing through pages filled with scrawled handwriting. It was a journal detailing patient treatments, but one name appeared repeatedly: Thomas Green. "Listen to this," Maya read aloud. "Patient exhibits signs of distress, but administration insists on proceeding with the experimental treatment." A chill settled over the group. "They were experimenting on patients?" Alex questioned, disbelief coloring his tone. Lily's eyes glazed over the faded photograph of a young boy tucked into the pages. "He looks so sad," she murmured. Suddenly, a loud crash resounded from upstairs, causing them all to jump. "What was that?" Sam exclaimed, his bravado slipping. "Maybe we should leave," Alex suggested, his instincts screaming retreat. "We can't go now," Maya insisted. "We need to find out what happened to him." They ascended the stairwell, each step groaning under their weight. The air grew colder, and the walls bore ominous scratches, as if something had tried desperately to escape. Reaching the second floor, they followed the faint sound of weeping. It led them to a room labeled Pediatric Ward. The door creaked open to reveal row upon row of tiny beds, sheets still rumpled as if recently vacated. Toys lay abandoned on the floor, their once bright colors faded. In the corner, a shadow stirred. "Who's there?" Lily called out softly. The temperature plummeted, their breath now visible in icy puffs. A fleeting silhouette of a boy appeared, his eyes reflecting years of pain. "Help me," a faint voice echoed. The group stood frozen, a mix of terror and compassion rooting them in place. "What do you want?" Maya asked, her voice barely audible. The boy pointed towards a cabinet before vanishing. Sam moved cautiously to open it, revealing stacks of hidden files. "These are records of unapproved treatments," he said, scanning the documents. They covered it all up. Medical negligence, unlawful experiments. Alex's face paled. "We have to get this out there," he said urgently. The building groaned, the foundations trembling as if protesting their discovery. Doors slammed shut throughout the corridor, and the lights flickered violently. "We need to leave now!" Lily screamed over the rising cacophony. They grabbed as many files as they could carry and bolted for the stairwell. The hospital seemed intent on trapping them, corridors twisting and elongating unnaturally. Shadows darted at the edges of their vision, whispers growing into anguished wails. "This way!" Alex shouted, spotting an exit sign flickering at the end of a hallway. They barreled towards it, the sense of pursuit palpable behind them. Bursting through the door, they collapsed onto the dewy grass outside, gasping for breath. The building stood silent once more, its dark secrets locked within crumbling walls. "Is everyone okay?" Sam panted. Nods all around, but their relief was short-lived as a final whisper drifted on the wind. "Don't forget me." In the days that followed, the friends pored over the documents, piecing together the harrowing truth. The hospital had been shut down after numerous deaths, all quietly swept under the rug by those in power. With evidence in hand, they reached out to journalists and authorities. The story exploded, shaking the town to its core. Families of the victims came forward, and a proper investigation was launched. The hospital was condemned, slated for demolition, but not before a vigil was held for the lost souls. As candles flickered in the dusk, Maya, Alex, Sam, and Lily stood among the crowd, a sense of peace washing over them. "Do you think he knows?" Lily asked softly. "That we did what he asked?" Alex nodded. "I think he does." Just then, a gentle breeze rustled past, carrying a faint echo of a child's laughter. They exchanged glances, smiles touching their lips for the first time since that night. Turning to leave, they felt a weight lift from their shoulders. But as they walked away, Maya glanced back one last time. For a moment, she thought she saw the silhouette of Thomas standing in the doorway, a hint of a smile on his face before he dissolved into the shadows. Relief swelled within her, but as she turned forward, a new figure caught her eye. A tall man in a doctor's coat watching from the edge of the woods, his eyes reflecting a cold malice. Her heart skipped a beat. "Guys," she whispered. But when she looked again, the figure was gone. Unease crept back in. Perhaps some stories were not so easily concluded, and some spirits not so readily appeased.